But once a week here on the program, we have our Talking 250 segment.
From the front lines of the revolution to the heart of the Hill City, the Morningline is Talking 250. We're introducing you to the people who are bringing America 250 and Lynchburg 250 to life. Talking 250 is sponsored by Coleman Adams Construction, your sign of quality since 1971.
Coming up next weekend, a really cool performance, America 250, Voices of Virginia. It's a new multidisciplinary collaborative performance presented by the Charlottesville Ballet and Opera on the James. It's a special concert bringing together dance, opera, poetry, film, all to celebrate 250 years and trace 250 years of American history through Virginia Voices. So joining us now to talk more about it is Emily Hartka, and she is with the Charlottesville Ballet. Emily, good morning.
Good morning, Mary. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much. And also, we're hoping to have Peter as well, Peter Leonard with Opera on the James, one of the partners in this collaboration. I'd ask him, and if we get him momentarily. All right, and so we'll have Peter here in just a minute. But Emily, let's start with you and tell us more about this concert.
Well, Peter truly is my partner in crime in visualizing this amazing collaboration. So as you mentioned, Barry, there are 9 cultural partners that are now part of this production. Our original vision was, hey, we want to really celebrate the semi-quincentennial, and this is the first partnership with the ballet and Opera on the James. We're both resident companies at the Academy Center of the Arts. You know, ballet and opera are natural sisters since the 16th century, and we thought, let's see if we can make a 90-minute program together. That has now evolved. We have all these partners, and really the vision is that we wanted something artistically beautiful, but civically resonant. So we've got 16 vignettes, Mary, that are not necessarily chronological. We start in 1776. I'll save that piece for Peter because we worked on that together. That's kind of our opener with one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. That's what kicks off our concert with music from that exact period, and then takes us through the Civil War, civil rights, to today and beyond, looking at all the different voices in our democracy.
And tell us how it will work. You're giving one performance in Lynchburg and another performance in Charlottesville, right?
Yes, we've been saying 250 years, 2 cities, one incredible night. So we'll be in Charlottesville. We open tomorrow. We actually have a public forum that's hosted by James Monroe's Highland. Executive director is our moderator. So there's some really special stuff happening in Charlottesville. And then we're in Lynchburg, obviously the home of Opera on the James and the ballet, both as resident companies. And another big collaborator here in Lynchburg is Pierce Street Gateway. So I'd love to talk a little bit about that piece. That's kind of the nugget when we started thinking about this project over a year ago. Mr. Keith Lee, I know many people in Lynchburg know him. He is an artist laureate of Lynchburg. He is an incredible human being, but a legacy in the dance field. Keith Lee is our resident choreographer for the ballet, has lived in Lynchburg, and over 20 years ago, he partnered with the Anne Spencer House and Garden Museum. He has a film from 2008 that's kind of a signature piece that we've brought back that history. It's a piece called New View at the Old Crossroads, and that is with Virgil Moore, a Lynchburg native violinist. We're bringing him back from Juilliard to come play beautiful music by Florence Price. It has Keith Lee and Susan Sand-Holland and Phil Spinner, these artists that live and reside and work in Lynchburg. Their film will kind of bookend this piece, so it's film, then dance and music, and then film. And part of the film is partnering with Pierce Street Gateway. I think many of you probably know there are more historical markers on the Pierce Street Gateway for that square footage than any other place in Virginia. And so we've captured not only the historical photographs of Anne Spencer through the UVA library, that's where it's held in collection. We also have photographs from some of the residents and partners, and then the historical markers of Pierce Street that all kind of we say multimedia storytelling because that really is the best way to say this is a sensory and a visual and auditory experience, this 8-minute vignette that Keith Lee has created with all these different partners, all these archival images and historical photographs and historical plaques. So it's bringing history, art, and community to the stage.
Sounds wonderful. We're speaking with Emily Hartka, the Charlottesville Ballet, and Peter Leonard is on the line with Opera on the James. Hi, Peter.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing well. Emily said to have you tell us about the 1776 piece that you guys will be doing at the Academy Center and then also at the Paramount Theater in Charlottesville.
I'll tell you, we learn every day something new. I didn't realize that America's first composer was one of the people signing the Declaration of Independence. This composer called Francis Hopkinson was a polymath. He had many, many talents. But we decided we should start the program. Actually, we start the program with our national anthem, of course, sung by our marvelous professional opera singers. But then right after that, the first piece on the program was written by one of the actual signers of the Declaration of Independence.
You know, when you said his name, Brian said, "Oh, him, Francis."
He's not exactly one of the huge lights of the founding fathers. He's oh yeah, I've kind of heard of that name. I would never have guessed.
Quick, Mr. Know-It-All, what state was he from?
Pennsylvania.
Is that right, Peter?
New Jersey.
Oh,
off by one. What are you going to do? No, it's one of the. I mean, it's just.
This sounds like the argument about who was the first state. I think it's Rhode Island and Delaware. They both say they were the first state in the new country.
So, but we're starting off with a piece by one of the signers of the Declaration. That's really cool. And there will be the singers are accompanying the dancers on stage. I
think the word is not accompany.
The company.
This is an interesting point. When you hear a singer and a band, is the band less important than the singer? I don't think so. I think that certainly we all view it that way, that we are making a show together. And actually you will see the singers. The singers aren't hidden off on the back. They're right out front, part of the picture. Not part of the dance. We singers don't pretend that we can do the kind of thing the dancers can do. But, of course, I don't think most dancers think that they would be so strong if they have to get out there and sing, "Oh, so or whatever. Please forgive my bad voice.
Well, and that's what's been so beautiful about this collaboration. When Peter and I said we've been on this, meditating on this and marinating in all the stories of 250 years for over a year and thinking about before Tyler Young Artists and then our professional company of dancers from all over the U.S. and around the world and bringing all these people together. How do we tell these stories? How do we, do we put Virgil down in the pit with the piano? Do we put Virgil on stage for this piece? Because we really want to see, for the audience, to see all of these pieces, plus the projections and these archival images, building that as a producer. Peter, we just had so much fun doing it together.
Yeah, and one of the challenges is Emily's very historically focused, and which is wonderful. It produces a huge variety, but nobody should expect that this is a history lesson. This is a show, and every single one of the numbers is designed to take you to places, not just informationally, but especially straight to the heart of so many different ways one can experience being an American. It's not about nationalism, but it's about pride, and it's about the huge variety of creative energy that this country's been blessed with. And we're going to have some fun songs. We're going to do Boogie Woogie, what's that one?
Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
Baby, right? God Bless America has to be there, of course.
Oh, Peter, can I talk about God Bless America? So part of the partnerships, Mary, Virginia Museum of History and Culture down in Richmond has a beautiful Landscapes of Virginia exhibit. It's 21 paintings. And while the beautiful singer is singing God Bless America, we have images of the 21 paintings of all the landscapes of Virginia. And it's one of those, it makes me get chills just seeing these paintings and these artists that you're seeing on stage next to this resonant song and seeing all the places that we call home here in Virginia. That's part of the Virginia Voices, is not just, all these artists are living and working and creating here in Virginia, but we're showing, America 250 made in Virginia. That's really what we're trying to do here.
And it's
a whole tour of the whole state for a ticket price that's less than a short bus ride.
Right. The collaborative effort, it's 9. So you mentioned it's the Charlottesville Ballet, Opera on the James, based in Lynchburg, Pierce Street Gateway, the Virginia Museum of History and Culture, the American Civil War Museum, the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, and the UVA Library. So those are the other components, the other collaborating partners on this. It sounds like in 16 different vignettes. It sounds wonderful. And so it's, as you mentioned, in Charlottesville this coming weekend, but then it'll be at the Academy Center of the Arts in Lynchburg on Saturday, March 21st at 4:30. And so folks need to, they just get their tickets by visiting academycenter.org, Emily?
Yes, academycenter.org/VA250 is the direct landing page.
America 250, Voices of Virginia, this collaborative performance. And we've been speaking with Emily Hartka. She's representing the Charlottesville Ballet, and Peter Leonard, Opera on the James. Thank you both so much. It sounds like a wonderful performance. We know it's been a lot of hard work bringing all this together, but tomorrow you get to show it off.
We do.
We're
Thank you all so much.
looking forward to seeing you there.
All right. Thank you both so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.